Tampa all year long. I jumped off the bandwagon last week because Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. And I stand by that. It's cool. I ain't hurt by Tom Brady being in the Super Bowl. I'm good with it. But it's how things happen. It's how things go down that really get to you. Kevin King letting Scotty Miller get behind him with 8 seconds left. 8 seconds left in the half. Everybody and their mother knows you keep them out of the end zone, and you sitting there looking at the quarterback instead of paying attention to the receiver. You're supposed to be guarded. But I let that go. Because as ignorant and stupid as that was, I understand these things happen. But Matt LaFleur doesn't let Aaron Rodgers go for it on a 4th and go. Listening to those damn analytics, people. The analytics numbers will tell you the story. He's Aaron freaking Rodgers. Give him the damn ball and let him decide. But that's not the Green Bay way. See what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about their regular season record. I don't give a damn about Matt LaFleur taking them to back-to-back NFC championship games. It don't mean a thing. It doesn't mean anything. What counts is you had a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and you took the football out of the hands of Aaron Rodgers to rely on your suspect defense to prevent Tom Brady from getting a first down to run out the clock. That is Matt LaFleur's legacy moving forward. Congratulations, Tom Brady. But I'm disgusted.
About the power of 12 today between Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. They've combined for the most career touchdown passes and passing yards entering a conference championship matchup. Brady's playing in his 14th conference title game, twice as many as any other quarterback, while Rodgers is in the game for the 5th time. But the Packers QB has lost his last 3 NFC championship games and is looking to get back to the Super Bowl for the first time in a decade. Obviously, these two are so experienced. It shows up in a lot of different ways. But, Matt, how are you seeing it show up these days?
I'm going to show you how it shows up that might not be obvious to you. I promise you it's obvious to defensive coordinators, okay? They're both number 12, the power of 12, but not just the jersey number, 12 men on the field. No one does this better than Aaron Rodgers, 3 times as much as other quarterbacks since he's been in the NFL. Here we go. It's 2nd and 10, a little 3-yard run, no big deal. Well, it is a big deal. You know why? Because the Rams have exotic substitution patterns on 3rd and 7. So guess what? Mayday, 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 mayday. We're not going to let you line up with your 3rd down package. We're not going to let you bring in Aaron Donald on 3rd down. We're just going to go mayday, mayday, said Hut, 25 dancer. We've been running this play since Mike Holmgren was the coach in Green Bay. Day 1 install. We're just trying to get 5 yards. Instead, we're inside the 5-yard line. Well done. Now, Tampa does this also. They do it differently. Tom Brady, this is really special and unique. Gronk catches the ball, 18-yard catch. Who was covering him? 24. Remember that number. These 3 guys are on Tampa's sideline. The field is 53 1/3 yard long. So now, substitution. There's 24.
Way to go.
You better get going. What are we doing on offense? Mayday, 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 said Hut.
Man.
96 is not off the field. That's 12 men. We did our job. Look at Brady. 5 yards. Thank you very much. Good job. Well, guess what? It's not 5 yards. It's 25 yards. That's Rojo. So Green Bay, that was 30 yards in 2 plays. This is 45 yards in 2 plays. Not going to show up in the box score. You're not going to get credit on your QBR for it. But this is next level quarterbacking, and part of the reason that these guys are so impressive, and I have so much respect for how they play the game.
Next level. That's just a trick. Is
12
what that
men
is.
on the field.
It's not concepts, but it's tricks. Okay, well, we got to defend with that defensively, and how we do that is get after the passer. And on the Green Bay defensive line, there are 3 guys to look for in this situation, and it's Clark, it's Smith, and it's Gary. Right here, there's a Darius Smith beating the guard, coming over. Let's rewind it. I'll take you over to Kenny Clark. He beats his double team right here, tosses the guard. You want to get 12 men on the field? I got something for you right here. Now, Rashawn Gary coming off the edge. All 3 of these rushers win on this play, tosses the tight end. I wanted to show you this here because that's how good they are if you're the Green Bay defensive front getting after the passer. Watch Kenny Clark move from the left move from the right, affect the protection right here. Now watch the right side of the Tampa Bay offensive line has to deal with this. Zadarius Smith and Rashawn Gary. Nice little pick right there. They're both free. They have the tight end screen covered on the other side, and then all of a sudden, boom, two guys are free right there. So that right side, your right tackle has to do a great job. And here we are.
What in the world?
The Iowa State Wrestling Championships. This is Tristan Wirfs, the right tackle of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The rookie, he's going to have to use this type of intensity, and he did that last week. Watch him dancing right here. He scans outside. He sees Demario Davis coming right there. Great feed by the young player right there. Rookie year, did a great job protecting Brady in this game, keeping him clean. And if you're one-on-one, there's Cam Jordan, one of the best of the business. Watch him drop his weight, lock it out. This type of play right there. That rush of Green Bay is coming after Tom Brady. Wirfs, watch him, the rookie. Big game for a young player. He's got to bring back that wrestling background and do a good job.
Yeah, you confused me for a second there. I didn't know where we were going with that wrestling video, but it all makes sense. To the fans that heard you talking up the Packers defense, thinking, wait a second, I watched them play Tampa in Week 6 when they gave up 38 points. This is a different defense. Since Week 13, the Packers defense only giving up 17 points per game. Tom Brady checking out Lambeau Field for only the third time in his career. 1-1 in...
Harris, you got Moss. Miss Ponder, we found 5. How about those 5?
I feel like it wasn't even that hard with these teams we're going to see today. It seems like there are mossing opportunities all over the board in the two games we're going to watch today.
I feel like Patrick Mahomes should thank us for not putting when he got mossed.
That was actually shocking. And it happened to Tyreek Hill, too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens out there today. No Antonio Brown out there, so maybe less of an opportunity for the Bucs. But in Kansas City, mossing opportunities all over the field. Both of these teams have receivers who can get up and get it. DBs beware. Although Week 6 didn't go well for Buffalo when the Chiefs won 26-17. But for more on how the Bills are preparing for this one, we say hello to our Diana Rossini, who is at Arrowhead Stadium with the very latest. Hi, Diana.
Hi, Sam. Hi, guys. Matthew, you have been talking about it all season. You guys are actually finally responding. Thank you for saying hello. I went an entire season and no one ever said hello back. You guys are like my family on group text. You don't respond to me ever. So it's nice to hear all your voices. I love you guys. Matthew, I listen to you all the time talk about Josh Allen and his stats, how much he's improved this year. But guys, we know we only judge the value of a quarterback based on winning championships. And here's the thing, Josh Allen knows that too. He also knows defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo is going to try to confuse him out there using a lot of disguises and late movements pre-snap. All of this is part of that defensive game plan. And we know the Bills offense, they rely on his strong arm. But what the heck happened to the run game? Well, I talked to head coach Sean McDermott about it, and I asked him, are we going to see it today?
We'll see. Again, we want to do the best we can to be balanced, but at the same time, stay with what got us here and trust our players. And that's what we do, whether we're running or throwing it. I want to make sure at the end of the day we're trusting our players. We have a lot of confidence in our guys.
The approach that you guys had defensively last time you played the Kansas City Chiefs, which is really sort of a pick your poison mentality. You guys went with allowing them to run the ball. When you're taking a look back at that approach, how much is that going to be different for Sunday?
We obviously have to learn from that first outing against Kansas City. Their explosive offense. We went in there allowing them to run it, but you do have to try and pick your spots. And so if you're assigned to stop the run, then you do your darndest to stop the run. If you're assigned to play discipline on the back end with good eyes and leverage, and then from a pass standpoint, then that's what you've got to do.
You guys being exactly who you are all season long and not overhyping this game, how much does that affect your actual message to the team? What are you going to say to your guys on Sunday before they head out there?
Yeah, I mean, they know pretty much what to expect from my pregame speeches. They understand what's expected. We have to understand what our standard is. And I think when you have those clear expectations, guys can be who they are and they can express their real personalities. And I think that's what makes it fun to play for the Buffalo Bills.
So, of course, one of the other great storylines in this game is the fact that Andy Reid and Sean McDermott know each other so well. Over 10 years ago, they were on a staff together in Philly. McDermott was his defensive coordinator, Andy Reid the head coach, and Andy Reid fired McDermott. McDermott said he was absolutely crushed. His dream job in his mind was over, and he was fired by his mentor. But Andy said to him, you know what? This is going to be good for you. You're going to go off to much better things. And it looks like Andy was right, guys.
I feel like that's usually a cop-out, right? Like, this is going to be good for you. Okay, can we just explain to people, every single week these guys would bring up Diana's name in the report, which I thought she made good points. That's for good reason. One week they explained to me, she says hi to us. I'm like, is that all it takes? That's all it takes.
The smallest little thing.
Yes, just give these guys a little attention. They don't get any of that. All right, let's talk about some of these matchups, the individual groups that we're going to see today. Maybe give me who has the advantage. You might think some of these are obvious, but maybe not. So, Rex, who do you think is the better coach out there? Not in general, but today.
Well, Sam, I think there's a reason Andy Reid fired this guy to make him better. I think he gave him a poop sandwich right there, to be honest with you, when he recommended. I'm going to say Andy Reid gets it. I love the job Sean McDermott has done, but Andy Reid, the teacher, is much better than the student. He's been to 8 championship games. So to me, the advantage is, as good as Sean McDermott is, the advantage is with Andy Reid.
Well, I'll go on the defensive side of the ball, guys, and I'm going to give the edge to the Kansas City Chiefs and the big names of Chris Jones and Tyrann Mathieu, but I love Dirty Dan, okay? The plays that he makes. I mean, it seems like every playoff game he's doing something that changes the altar of the game right there, making the play at the goal line, selling out to get that ball fumbled. Plays like that, Sorensen is one of those unsung heroes of this defense. I'd go also with the Kansas City defense.
All right, Randy, let's talk about at receiver. Who are you taking, Diggs or Tyreek Hill?
Well, I see you left Kelsey off the list, but I look at what Stephon Diggs brings to Josh Allen and this Buffalo Bills. You hear me talk about confidence because I think at a young age you really need to be able to have confidence because Josh Allen goes into every game believing that he can make every throw, and a guy like Stephon Diggs, acquired this offseason, gives him that confidence. Stephon Diggs, that's my #1 wide receiver in this game.
This would have been a crazy question last year, but this year, maybe not. Matt, how about Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes?
Listen, this is a little bit of a crazy answer because Patrick Mahomes is as good as they come, but I got to say Josh Allen today on January 24th, he had 8 more total touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes, a higher completion percentage. He's got 10 healthy toes, so I don't have to worry about that. He can run the ball, especially in the low red like Rex was saying, but in the last 6 games, he's been hotter than anybody. Got a better QBR than Mahomes, a better completion percentage, more touchdown passes, and there's just an intangible that he's bringing right now, and again, healthy. I got to say Josh Allen today.
All right, the healthy toes put him over the top. Rex, it is time now for your DraftKings plays of the day. What do you have for us?
Sam, I think Alan Lazard that Randy talked about earlier, John Brown has the speed to go deep. I think both those guys find the end zone, but the guy, my pick of the day is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Last time they met, 100